I want us to go back into the human rights concerns, and we're going to talk on the government's involvement. I'm talking about the Ambazonian government's involvement. I know that you gentlemen have been working for all these years, compiling reports to the ICC, ICJ. Maybe you want to tell others where else you send your reports. Perhaps it's part of your reports that gave content to that presenter. And what more is there for the people of Ambazonia to enable this government? Because that helps us to talk on one of the things. Remember, the president, in his advertisement of this transition draft, said something. It's not just for self-defense this time. It has to do with diplomacy and advocacy. We have lobbyists that are doing a lot of work, telling the world, telling organizations, is globalization, institutional frameworks are being educated of our plight. What would you people say has been done? What is yet more for us to do with propaganda and advocacy? And how can we help this government to be effective in this effort? I'll begin with you, Barrister Fru.
Paddy, I wish I knew the answer, but let me say this. Barrister Mbeseha, myself, and Barrister Ghana, we filed a criminal complaint to the ICC since December 2020. Barrister Mbeseha will tell you, because he had been writing and following up, he will tell you that the ICC is stalled with our case because of no funding. How is it our fault that an organization like the ICC lacks funding to do essential work that falls in the very reason why they were created? Having said that, I'm not saying that that particular criminal complaint has not raised some eyebrows. I'm sure that something has happened, because if you look at the arrest of Moja Moja and the arrest of what is his name again, Clovis, it's a preemptive arrest because those two are were essential witnesses and co-actors in the violation of human rights by summarily killing people on the ground, and they were wanted by Interpol. So Cameroon government preemptively arrest them and put them in jail. They are in jail. I don't know what kind of jail they're in, but they seem fine. The other day I saw a video of Moja Moja pointing to his new car and so on and so on, but I was meant to understand that that was a propaganda, that he is still in jail. Because our government is so we work so hard, but we lack the basic means. That is the reason for this draft today, to put some of these processes in place and push this struggle forward. And that is why the president has started the transitional draft, because we are at the tail end of this revolution. If we don't make it, it will be our undoing, because the whole tempo has changed, the whole diplomatic setup has changed. Everything seems to be moving our way. If we don't make a push, if we don't raise enough money to be able to intensify and radicalize the diplomacy and advocacy, we are done. That's why we have to do everything to raise this money. Our people are still in jail in Kansas City, and this regime that put him in jail, this Biden administration that put them in jail will soon be going. What are we doing to make sure that they are released before they leave? Those are the issues that we need to work on, and to work on that, you need to move. And to move, you need money. So that's where we are, Tadi. I wish I knew the answer to exact answer to your question, but that is the bit that some of us know.
Well, I think you would have tried in your efforts with whatever you would have said there. Barrister Besia, please.
Uh, I think your question is pertinent, but let us understand it this way. Now, the fight is pending there. There's no doubt about that. The fight is pending there. But what are we to do as Ambazonians? From what we see from that man sitting with a laptop, let us continue reporting what is going wrong because someone is taking note of what is going on. It has been going on, it continues to go on. I will understand what is reporting. How do you report a crime? Anything like that. It's three simple steps. You must be able to describe the place you are talking about and the event. Two, you must be able to give the names as far as you can of the people involved. Three, you must be able to describe in brief. That's what is required in reporting. Because when those guys come on the ground, if you said there was a mass grave in Cameroon, you should be able to say that it was in Boya, not just in Boya, it was in upstation, not just in Bamenda, it was somewhere in Bafoot. That will help. So continue reporting. Then, what do we need to do? What do we lack and what do we need to continue doing? See, these crimes, maybe they don't have the resources, but they also need diplomacy behind it to have those things prosecuted. Everything around the world is politics. And a good example of what you say is, for example, who could believe that they will indict Netanyahu, the president, the prime minister of Israel, with the defense minister? Just this week ending, they indicted them officially. The ICC indicted them officially. Why? Because of the diplomatic effort of South Africa, bringing their case to the front light, bringing the case of Gaza to the limelight at The Hague and in other international institutions. Yes, Israel is protected mostly by the West, and most particularly by the United States. But in spite of their might, they could not stop the indictment of this guy. Are those indictments very important? They are very, very important. I saw him yesterday, like now, on TV, talking. Now, no longer being so defiant, but trying to justify his case. And I saw an expert ask, now that this guy is here, how does this affect him? Well, he said, the first is that he can no longer travel to anywhere in the world, especially to a country which is a member of the ICC. They will arrest him. But he has the protection of coming to America, going around the world, only because he's a prime minister. Those indictments hang on you until you die. Now, unless you're a local man, you not die as a prime minister. When you get out of office, the crimes follow you. The indictment follows you to where you go. You'll be indicted. You'll be tried. Even if you are not tried, that has an effect. Remember the story of the former president of Chad, who was overthrown. He ended up in Senegal. But the crimes hung on him until he was tried and sentenced to life. He died as a convicted person. So that is what we are supposed to be doing. And as Anso says, diplomacy and everything that we do needs money. We have to push. And this is the essence of the draft. We need the money to fund some of these endeavors to the best we can. But the fact that they are being highlighted is enough for us to remain convinced that they can deceive some people some of the time. They will not deceive us all the time. The eyes of the world are watching. Over to you.